Alright, this is gonna be just a update chit chat kind of video, so if you're not interested in that, don't watch it. But I'm just gonna be probably rambling on because that's what I tend to do, and just talking about things that are coming up, things that are happening currently. And if I fumble on my words, I apologize, but I had a pretty long work day, and it's been raining non-stop all day. And mind you, I love rain, but I don't like working in it, walking out in it, and ugh. Anyway, so one of the first things I want to talk about, probably the most important thing to mention, is that most of you have probably come from like Fresh's audience, because I do the live shows and I get a lot of new subscribers that way, just from them seeing me on his show or whatever. So hi to all the new people, thank you for subscribing, I greatly do appreciate it, and I love to hear feedback or comments in the when you post comments. So I love that. Keep doing that. If you want to say something, chat about whatever, make a comment, whatever, as long as you're not being a dick, that's fine. And I've only gotten a couple of those, so it's not too bad. But anyway, I'm on 2 live shows now. I'm usually on the one on Wednesday. I've only missed one show recently, and that was because I didn't feel very well. So I just didn't feel like being on camera. But every Wednesday, I'm usually on there. It starts anywhere from 10 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. And it's just like just random chit chat, vape related stuff, shenanigans. Sometimes it's not even vape related, it's just whatever. It's basically just hanging out. And then we try to do as much interaction with people in the chat as we can, and things like that. However, there is kind of a spin-off, if you will, that is now happening on Saturday morning, which tomorrow morning, actually technically it'd be just a few hours from now, we're doing a Saturday morning, well, it's afternoon. Well, me and Fresh are on different time zones, so it's morning for him, it's afternoon for me. So 10 a.m. his time, 1 p.m. my time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're doing a DIY concentrated live show. Now, sometimes we do talk about other things just because, you can only talk about so much DIY. And, sometimes other people want to talk about different things, we want to talk about different things. We try to be as interactive with the live chat as possible. And, just other conversations come up and then we talk about them. But we do try to at least save some of the show for DIY. If you have any questions, you can get, real-time responses, opposed to, having to wait for someone to respond on a forum, if they ever do. This is, a good way to, ask questions that you haven't answered, or haven't found an answer to. Things like that, because between me and Fresh, we're pretty experienced as far as DIY goes. So we should be able to answer whatever questions you have. Or if you have, an idea about flavors that you want to try and are too afraid to do it yourself because you're not, don't have the experience or are afraid to. Because, DIY is a long, extensive process. At least it was for me. It took me a long time before I was anywhere near decent. And even now, I just consider myself okay. I don't know. At least most of what I've mixed now is vapable, whereas before, most of it weren't putrid, but it's not something I would go out of my way to vape. So I have gotten better. It's just, it takes a long time. At least it did for me. But at least now you should have more of, there's more resources now than there was when I first started mixing my own stuff. So in that respect, you're lucky. But anyway, so Wednesday, Saturday, there's live shows. Fresh Hat did mention that, I don't know if it's monthly, but he said there is 1 week that we won't be doing the live show because he'll be out of town, which, you know, we'll let you know or whatever in one way or another. But tomorrow we definitely are, or technically later on today, Saturday, we will be doing a live show. We're discussing currently exactly what we're going to be mixing, and we'll just, you know, be talking DIY and whatever else we feel like talking about. So feel free to, you know, come watch, interact. I love the chat. The chat is sometimes better than anything else, and I kind of recluse into the chat, and because I mean somebody has to be keeping a track, you know, on the chat and making sure if there's questions that are asked that they're being answered and acknowledged and all that. And yeah, so I just kind of took that upon myself to kind of be the moderator. But yeah, so that's that. As far as anything coming up as for me, I need to continue on doing my flavor reviews. I still have quite a few flavors that I haven't even touched on. At this point, I have about 250, and there's probably going to be more coming because Mullenberry has done another round of testing, so I should be getting that soon. But that probably, you won't hear anything about that for a while. And even when you do, a lot of times the stuff's not available to the US people. But I did notice through statistics that I do have a couple of subscribers that are from like the UK and, you know, the European area. So for you guys, it would be more accessible than anybody over here in the US. So that, in that respect, you're lucky. And I still have no update as far as when some of the things will be more accessible to the US people. I don't know. It's something they're working on. They are very, very busy. Just like this last testing round was supposed to happen weeks ago, and it's just now happening. They're just overwhelmed, I guess, with orders, and they're trying to, you know, get big over there, which I'm guessing they're already pretty big over there. Due to their sales volume, but I'm not from the UK, so I have no idea. But yeah, I know I talk a lot about Mullenberry. A couple of people have made, you know, comments about it. You know, I'm a fangirl, basically. I guess I am. I mean, their flavors are good, regardless of whether or not they're sent to me for free or not. It's irrelevant. I'm still gonna give an honest opinion, and I'm not going to talk about a product I don't support or believe in. I'm just not that type of person. I'm not going to tell you that a flavor is good when it tastes like shit. I'm just not going to do it. I don't care how nice the people are over there, and they are very nice. I just won't. And there are a couple flavors I don't like, and I've said it. But overall, I mean, their flavors are good. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're not when they are. Yeah, so that's that. So be on the lookout for that soon. The next review, now that I think about it, will probably be lemonade, because I've been vaping the shit out of the lemonades that I've recently purchased. So yeah, that'll probably be the next one. So there's a couple, and then I can share a couple of mixtures that I've made using the lemon and lemonade and all that. While I remember, E-Cig Express has still not addressed my issue with, or not properly addressed my issue with the whole kiwi situation. So at this point, I'm just not expecting a response, because I'm not going to contact them again. I've already escalated the ticket from when they closed it, which they never should have closed the ticket to begin with, until I, you know, basically acknowledged the fact that I was okay with whatever they sent me, or the response that they sent me, which I'm not. I still don't think it was intentional, but neither here nor there. I ordered one thing, they sent me a different thing, and there's been nothing done to rectify that. There's been nothing done. So I'm not happy about that. There's been times, like, just like with the sale that was going on, I would have made a sale, another order with them had the issue been resolved, but they messed up. This is the second order they've messed up. The first one that they messed up, they resolved it quickly. There was no issue. This one, for whatever reason, is just an issue. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're inundated with all the orders they had from that sale. I don't know, but it's really irking me. But until they resolve that, I'm not going to be putting an order. And I know my ordering from them they probably could give two shits about, because it's not like I bulk order from them or anything like that. But I won't be ordering from them anymore, just because, you know, you should get what you pay for, and they obviously have no idea what certain flavors are, because were basically trying to tell me that the natural kiwi and the kiwi were the same. They're not. They're completely different flavors, just like the natural lemonade and the lemonade are vastly different. There's, like, outside of them just being lemon, that's like the only similarity that they have. They taste vastly different. So for them to try to tell me, number one, it's a completely different color. Like, the stuff I have is it looks like cola, or like fucking sewage water. It's like this greenish tint. I don't know. It's just, anyway, so that hasn't been resolved. On top of that, I was sent the straight up wrong flavor from a different company, but I'm not going to talk too much about that because I don't know what the issue is with that. They sent me the natural lemonade when I ordered regular lemonade. So apparently people just don't want me to have kiwi or lemonade, because there was some other issue with the lemonade. I forget what it was. I think Flavor West might be discontinuing regular lemonade, which I really, really hope they don't, because I prefer the fake lemonade over the real lemonade. So, I don't know. I've been rambling long enough. One thing I did want to ask real quick. I am looking for a tank. And I've been all over the forums and everything, but the problem is a lot of those people don't have my vape preferences. I like flavor first and foremost. Flavor is most important to me. Preferably I would like something that has a deck that's like it's not like because I like the Crown tank. I've been thinking about getting the Crown tank, and it's kind of like my backup. Like, if I don't find anything better, eventually I might get the Crown. The thing I don't prefer about the Crown is that it has the rebuildable head, because I definitely want something that's rebuildable. I don't want to be buying pre-made coils and all that bullshit. I don't want to do that. The problem with that is, or not really a problem, but I would prefer it not to be a rebuildable head. I'd prefer it to be a rebuildable deck, if that makes any sense. I worry about the longevity of the head and all that, because, like, I have my Kanger sub-tank mini, and it has, like, that same kind of thing, and the parts are just so chintzy almost. Like, I don't trust it. I'd rather have something sturdy, like a legit deck. So preferably I like the deck. Ease of filling. I want to be able to fill it easily. Airflow would probably be my second most important. It needs to have pretty wide open airflow, because that's the reason I don't use my Kanger sub tank anymore, is because the airflow is just too restrictive for me now that I'm used to dripping and having these big wide open air. I just can't do it. So flavor, airflow, preferably a fixed deck, easily filled, and not super expensive, because I just can't afford that shit. So that's what I'm looking for. If you have any suggestions, I know at one point people liked the star, but I don't remember if the star is rebuildable as in a deck or if it just has the coils to it, because a lot of the people that spout all this stuff about tanks where I frequent, they get the ones with the, you just buy the heads and shit, or they like vape super high wattages that I don't vape at. I vape at, like, I'm at 26 right now. 26 watts. That's what I do. I don't do 50 and 100 watt. I don't do all that shit. So put them below if you have any suggestions. Other than that, watch my shows. Wednesday, 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on Fresh's channel, Fresh03, which I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, are perfectly aware of who he is. And then Saturday morning/afternoon, depending on where you are, it's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will be having a show tomorrow.